Hello guys, it's Woody. So, my next item up for review is one that has been requested by a friend of mine. And I've been waiting to get home to play with this one a little bit. So, without further ado, what I have here is Sig Sauer P320 compact. It's the compact model. Comes with a 15 round magazine. So picked this one up and had to have it shipped home because unfortunately I cannot carry this all the time, company policy and all that, and I like my company, so I guess I'll respect that. But this beauty right here, now it does have the standard 3-dot sights, but as you can see, they're pretty easily they're easy to pick up. I haven't got to do a whole lot of shooting yet. I haven't put anything on paper yet. That's the main thing I want to do. I don't know, either today or tomorrow, something like that. I don't have very much time at home, but I need to get some shots on paper to see exactly where this thing's hitting and whether or not I need to adjust the sights. It is adjustable for windage, but I'll tell you this right now. All the rumors about the high bore axis, everybody says that this thing's got a high bore axis compared to like Glocks and other things like that. It's false. If you measure from right here to the center of the bore, it is the same distance as a Glock 19. So the bore axis is a myth. It looks like there's more room there, but there's not. It's the same distance, and you know it when you shoot it. This thing has lighter recoil on it, in my opinion, than a Glock 19 does. And before I shot this one, I was shooting a Ruger Security 9, and it definitely has less recoil than the Ruger does, by a long shot. Grip feels amazing. I was real worried about this texturing on it. About it being too coarse, too rough. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect for my liking. The texture itself is great. And then the ergonomics, for me, are also perfect. I love these ergonomics, the way that it's shaped. Now, if you don't know anything about this this model, you have, I don't know if you can see that, but this right here says M. That's for the medium grip. They have a small, and then they have a small compact, which is for their subcompact. It only comes in one size, which I guess the SC is for subcompact. And then they have a large. With this model, you have to order the frame to change the grip size, because the firearm, as you see, there's a little serial number right here. This trigger module, or this trigger group, comes out, and that is the registered firearm. That's the firearm. The rest of the gun is just parts. So you can take this apart, you can change calibers, you can change the length, the size. You can get a full size, I can get a subcompact, and order that and have it shipped straight to my door instead of going through an FFL like I had to do to get it here. So big perks for that. Now this model is also post recall. As you notice, this trigger, it's a lot thinner than some of the original models. That's because the original models, they had a drop safety issue. They were not drop safe. Some of that is due to the heavy steel trigger, or the heavy metal trigger. So what they did is they shaved it down so it's thinner. The trigger itself is lighter, not the trigger weight, but the actual trigger is a lighter weight, so that when it is dropped, it doesn't follow through and pull that trigger, releasing the firing pin. Then they've also done some stuff internally to fix that as well. So this gun is drop safe, which brings me to the trigger pull. Trigger pull on this gun, again, is amazing. I love it. I definitely like it a lot more than a Glock trigger. I don't know if I can demonstrate this for you on camera, but it's fairly heavy. It's about 6 pounds. They classify it as about 5.5 pounds. I do have a trigger gauge, but it's put away right now. I should have brought it out for the video. Wasn't thinking about it. Reset, however, right there. I mean, you let up a little bit on it, and it comes right out. So I love this trigger. Love it, love it, love it. What else? Taking it apart, pretty simple. You know, if you don't already know, you lock it back. The magazine has to be removed. One of the safety features. Magazine has to be removed, and it has to be locked open. And then this little guy here, you flip it down, all the way down, and then you let up, slides right off, and that's it. So if I wanted to change the caliber, if I wanted to get a longer slide, longer barrel, all I have to do is order this. I just order it, comes straight to my house. If I wanted a different color frame, different size, different length, I order it. It comes to my house. This piece right here, that's the firearm. That is the legal firearm right there. So that's the only part that you have to worry about. And then putting it back together, you just, same thing in the opposite direction, and that's it. And function check, and it works. It's great. Definitely love this pistol. Some of the models come stock with the Sig Light night sights. This one did not. I may have to upgrade to that, or more preferably the XS Big Dot sights. Just for that, that's a more of a defensive handgun sight. It helps you to acquire your target a lot faster, but it is a learning curve. You don't use it like you do standard sights. Like these 3 dots, you line them up, get them level, and then you put the target, you kind of split the target with the front sight. With the big dots, you put the dot on the target. So you cover the target with the front sight. So, I don't know. It's more for defensive shooting. Now, cons. Because you have to do cons, right, in a review. Honestly, I think the only thing I don't like about this, and it's been mentioned before, is, let's see if I can catch it. If I can look at it here. Let's use my my other EDC tool. You guys might remember this guy, the key port. Use this light here. Alright. So you see that seam right there? It goes all the way around the gun, the frame. Okay. Now it's not a issue when I'm holding it. I don't feel it during recoil. It doesn't bother me at all. It's simply a looks issue, but you can kind of feel it if if you're rubbing your finger over it. But if I'm just holding it and shooting it and all that, like it doesn't bother you. You don't feel it. It's just a cosmetic thing. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing that I don't like about this gun. It looks beautiful. Some guys love the look of a Glock. I don't. I just don't. I think Glocks are ugly, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. These things, I think, are gorgeous. I mean, it looks amazing. It feels amazing. It is a little bit heavier than a Glock by about 2 or 3 ounces. If that's a big deal to you, then you might just have to deal with it. But I'll tell you, it shoots a lot better than a Glock, more comfortably. Recoil is much more manageable. I don't know if that's a weight thing or if it is. I'm going to take this puppy back apart real quick and show you this recoil spring. It is flat. It's flat wound. Dual captive, flat wound, and it's steel. So those 3 things right there, I think, give it an advantage over the Glock as far as recoil. Glocks typically come with a polymer recoil spring, and it's not this flat wound spring, and it's and this part back here, I mean, it looks like it's braided or double wound. So you got the flat wound up here and then that double wound in the back. So I mean, it's pretty sweet. So anyway, that's my take on the Sig Sauer P320 compact. Guys, I love it. I've been wanting this gun for a very long time, and thankfully, my stepdad helped me out so that I was able to actually obtain this firearm. And I love it, love it, love it. Comes with 2 15-round magazines. Comes with a holster. It's just a cheap little, throw my way holster, but it'll get you through, and it's good for the range or whatever, if that's what if you want to use it for. And yes, it is hot, because that's how I carry it. So yes, Sig Sauer P320, love it, highly recommend it. Go shoot one if you can find a range that has them to rent. Go shoot it, have fun. I love this thing. So yeah, anyway, that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching. Reach for the sky, think a trucker. God bless.